This is a 20-quart stand mixer. This is how you should find it in the morning. You're going to go ahead and uncoil your supply cord. And then back here is where the actual outlet is. If you head over this direction, you're going to find your big bowls. You're going to find paddle. And you're going to find your whip. In order to assemble it, the first most important thing is to make sure that you find the knob on the back of the bowl. And it's going to line up with this hole in the back of the actual stand mixer. Insert that first, kind of at an angle, and then it kind of snaps down in. More often than not, you're going to use the paddle for anything that's real thick. If you're using cream, cheese, or butter, you can use this whisk only if it's at room temperature, and you would also use the whisk for things like making whipped cream. But both of them are going to put on the same way. You line up so that the pin goes in the groove, and then you give it a turn, and it kind of hangs on there. And then you use the hand crank, lift it up. There are 3 speed settings, 1, 2, and 3, and then just a nice toggle switch to turn it off and on. If your attachment is going around and you want to change speeds, you must turn it off. Wait until the machine has completely stopped before you change the speed. And it's a nice just turn the switch sort of thing. Much faster on the side. The Hobart machine that's behind us is pretty much the same exact thing with a couple of very minor exceptions. You'll see that this one has these little security type switches. I don't even know what you call it, a hinge. But once your bowl is on, you can put it over the top. It's not necessary. Just make sure that it's back before you try to put your bowl on, or your bowl will not fit. Also, if you look here on the side, this Hobart does have a timer. Right now you can see it's in the off position, so that's great. But if someone had left it on and your timer is set to 15 like it is here, the timer will just begin, and when it's done, it'll stop, and you may not realize that your machine doesn't work just because the timer stopped. So always make sure that it's in the off position. When you are done using the machine, make sure you turn the crank back down. You lift this up a little, give it a turn, and that slides right out. Lift the bowl from the front, and then lift it out of the back, and then empty your product. Jeff does clean the bowl and the attachments. We, however, are responsible for cleaning the entire machine. Make sure you pay good attention to under here. If the product splashes up and dries off in there and then falls into someone else's product, it's pretty gross.